Hello and welcome back to the RattleMind podcast. I'm Rye, and my co-host join me.
Is Panchi.
Yay! All right, today we're going to talk about TV shows, and we're going to try and not be controversial. We're going to stick with just TV shows we like. So, hopefully you like them too. If not, that's all right. It's life. All right, so I think a good common TV show we can start with between us will be Stargate SG1.
uh, so I originally put that show on. It was on Netflix at the time, and I put that show on because I had heard that if you like sci-fi, you'll love Stargate SG1. And I watched like the first episode and I was like, I get that this is an older show, but it's like too what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't, you could tell they didn't have quite the funding to do much with the visuals, and the
Well,
acting seemed a little worse for wear at the time too. And but it was still neat, and I still like it was it'll be great to put on while I like, play a game or something, just have it on a TV.
the
And
first the first 3 seasons of Stargate SG1 were made by Stars, the TV network.
oh, okay.
That is why it has such a different tone from the further on you go.
Yeah, that's what I found actually, because the more I watched it, the less it became a background show and like a way of life.
Right.
Like, I became so obsessed, so obsessed. And like, I have my gripes. The biggest one being the devastation quota they feel like they have to fill every, other episode. But
Well,
other than that, it's a truly enjoyable show. Oh my God. I'm obsessed.
yeah. Well, almost every time it got to an end of season, the they were basically expecting not to get followed up with another season, which is common for a lot of TV shows, especially in the sci-fi genre.
Boy, did their fans prove them wrong.
Yeah. So I hate when my brain just stops. I
I
started.
believe in you.
Well, after they moved from Stars to the Sci-Fi Channel is when they really picked up the pace and the show got infinitely better because
Okay.
the who was it? Peter DeLuise. I can't remember. There's 4 of it. There's if you include Dom DeLuise, there's 4 of them. Plus there's Dom's plus their sister. There's Peter, David, Michael, and I can never remember their sister's name. But once I think it's David, isn't it? I
I
don't
didn't
know.
even know there were four of them, and the name Dom DeLuise obviously rings
Yeah.
bells. I know
Okay.
that name, but
It's Peter DeLuise. When Peter
okay.
DeLuise came on as a director and creative force, that's when a lot more of the comedy got included. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, Richard Dean Anderson is actually one of the ones that pushed to be more comedic in his character versus the way Kurt Russell. He was O'Neill in the movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember seeing him. Wait, wasn't he in the original Stargate?
Yeah, the movie. Yeah, Kurt Russell.
So the original movie, I always had a special place in my heart. I love that movie so much, and for many, many years, I would just like watch it again just to feel good.
Right.
Um, and like that was another thing. Like people were like, "You love the show, watch or love the movie, watch the show." But go on. I'm sorry I interrupted you. You were talking about actors and stuff.
Well, yeah, it's just that Richard Dean Anderson is the one who brought more of the comedy as well as Peter DeLuise. So they brought.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's what changed the tone from what the movie was versus the TV show.
Um, he is very relevant today because he voiced Kronos in the last what was it, God of War game?
Really?
Yeah, he's the voice of Kronos now. It's not always him. Like I saw a thing where it was like it was a different guy for like the majority of the games.
Oh, you mean
Um,
Kratos? Kronos is
Kratos.
That's Christopher Judge. Christopher Judge is the voice of
The main
Kratos.
character, that's all I know. With
Yeah.
the God of War himself. Those names are so close. Who was I thinking?
Another funny thing about
Kronos?
Kronos is the god of is the Titan of time, father of Zeus and all the other gods.
Oh, yeah, I definitely meant Kratos.
Yes.
But like as soon as I heard Kratos talking, I was watching David play, and that voice and like even like the like kind of like what's unaware like comments, like the not like the because you know how Teak was. He was
Teal'c, yeah.
didn't understand the other cultures very much and didn't get a lot of things and like he would make these like comments that were like that doesn't make sense, and it was just like that whole vibe and the voice and I was like that's Teak if I ever heard of him. And sure enough it was. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Plus oh well never mind, that goes off topic, but
Yeah, we're
I
going
was
to go off topic anyway. Uh oh, let's see. Michael Shanks, Christopher Judge, Don S. Davis, and a few others actually were on episodes of MacGyver with Richard Dean Anderson.
Didn't they just try to redo that? Remake
Yeah,
that?
they did try and make a new MacGyver TV series. As far as I know, it wasn't all that great.
That's kind of cool that they kind of stuck together in a new show, though.
Well, the funny thing is that they were all kids. They were young when they were on the show.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, because MacGyver was in 85 to 92.
I that is one of the shows that I had not really gotten to watch. It is kind of cool that Stargate SG1 had a couple spin-offs. I heard that they were good, just not as good.
Um, the
Like
problem
there was
Atlantis was
ah
good, but the
Atlantis.
first season of Atlantis was kind of meh. So it was basically
That's
on
how I
par
felt
with
about SG1.
yeah, it was on par with SG1.
Right.
Um, it did get good after a while, so and I think it was just that you didn't believe the chemistry very well with the characters when they first started out.
Makes sense.
Then there was Stargate Universe, which I did not like the tone of Stargate Universe, especially
Pretty
the
sure
first
that's the
season.
one almost everyone hated on.
That's because the first season of Stargate Universe was trying to emulate Battlestar Galactica that was out at the time. So instead of being just there we go. Instead of being, the funny Stargate that everyone's used to, it was it started out with one of the characters. Let's see. I think it was him.
Oh,
I don't know.
that's oh, that's the guy
Oh,
from
yes.
Once Upon a Time.
Yep.
It's just,
Um,
I wanted to love him so much in that show. Anyway.
but yeah, in Stargate Universe, in one of the first few scenes, you have characters humping. So it was like
Oh,
a great departure from what you expect from a Stargate.
SG1.
Yeah, so it was like the tone of this show is not right. So that's why a lot of people didn't like this.
Mr. Cold.
Yep.
Don't trust him ever. I love him, but don't trust him.
But as with all Stargates, it got better after the first season.
Hmm.
The problem is that there was not enough people watching it in the second season due to the fact that everyone got so taken aback by how tonally different it
Yeah,
was.
first season dug their grave pretty deep, huh?
Yeah. And it really wasn't the full first season. The second half of the first season, they switched over to being a little more relaxed and more Stargate like.
Right, right, right. Oh, from SG1, go back to that cast list. There was a picture I saw, and I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. Uh, there, Ben
Ben Browder?
Browder.
Yeah.
He was the main character of
Farscape.
that. What?
Farscape.
Farscape! Yes! My friend, who is more obsessed with sci-fi stuff than I will ever aspire to be, was like, "You need to watch Farscape. It's on Netflix." And I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "No, watch it." And I was like, "Okay." And I watched it. And at first I thought it was going to be really hokey, but then I became obsessed with this one too. And
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
just, oh, just,
Though
Ben.
I have issues with Netflix. They changed the order of 2 episodes. I know they changed it, and no one noticed except for people who actually watched. And it was an episode before Chiana was introduced.
I did not like that redhead chick.
Oh yeah,
I forget
Jewel
her
was
name.
kind of annoying.
I didn't like her. Like, be
Um,
sexy and confident, or be like scared, but
yeah,
useful in a pinch. Pick one. I don't know.
and then the reason why she left
Oh, I liked her.
was that
The
she was
Muslim.
having issues with the makeup because
Oh,
she
like an
was
allergic reaction?
not exactly the type of makeup they were using was a body paint, but it cut off her pores too much.
Oh no.
So she couldn't sweat. She couldn't.
Oh,
Her
her
skin
skin was
was,
probably so bumpy
yeah,
and
it was
oh,
completely ruined a lot of the time. And she would have stayed on, and if they would have allowed her to grow out her hair, but for some reason they wouldn't let her grow out her hair. I don't know why. It just never
I
came up
mean,
into the.
did her race of people have hair? I know they
Yeah,
visited them.
yeah, they had hair.
Huh.
But in the first few seasons, they still didn't know too much about anything they were doing, so.
Oh, and speaking of SG1, that black hair chick was
Yeah,
also
Claudia Black.
a late arrival. Yeah, yeah, she's awesome. I love her so much.
She was in so many things that have become really big. Like,
I recognize her and stuff now. Like, if it weren't for SG1, I wouldn't have, you know.
yeah.
But now when I see her pop up and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's the girl. That's the alien. I was so excited. I get so excited.
Let's see, what was it? Sons of Anarchy is what she was in as well, right? She does a lot.
Yeah, she's a badass. She's a
Yeah.
real sexy
Yeah, she was
badass.
in Dragon Age Origins. That was cool. But video games are another topic. Sorry, I burped. But yeah, Claudia Black, one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Same with Ben Browder, of course. And then
Oh yeah.
uh, there's so many people that are just cool in
I feel
general.
like I love the cast in SG1, but I feel like the guy they used for um the nerdy guy. Oh my god, I
Michael
can't remember
Shanks.
his name. Yeah, wait. Is it?
Yeah, he played
Yeah,
Dr.
he looks so
Jackson.
weird with short hair. Yeah, Jackson. He didn't quite he they did a good job in the beginning of making you think he was gonna be as nerdy as the original Jackson, but
Right.
then that went right out the window.
Yeah,
I still loved it, but I was like, man, the nerdy Jackson was pretty. Like, I love the charm of like the 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 care and concern and the brains and the like kind of clumsiness and stuff, you know.
right. Um, oh yeah,
uh, well, that's half of
yeah. That's a
episode
half episode
Stargate.
just on Stargate.
Uh, I mean, we could do a whole episode on sci-fi if you want to really break it down.
Um, you know what? We will break this down a little bit more. We'll leave out some of the stuff. We'll just do sci-fi right now. We'll come back.
Sure.
We'll revisit the whole TV shows, but
Yeah, might as well go by genre.
we'll just
Like,
go sci-fi
that's
stuff.
exciting.
Let's see.
There's some obvious ones like Star Trek, and I almost said Star Wars, but they I guess they have a show, the computer animated show, I guess.
Here we go.
I'm not very like knowledgeable in either one though.
Babylon 5. It
Uh,
is a phenomenal TV show for a 90s TV show.
ooh, okay,
Now,
okay.
it was one of the first that started the whole background arc. So you'd have the TV plot, the episode plot A and B, and then you'd have the seasonal arc, which is your plot C. I know way too much about TV shows too. Um, and this was one of the first that actually ran a TV show where watching it in chronological order makes a lot of sense, and you kind of need to watch it in chronological order because there's a few
I
things you'll
refuse to
skip
let
out.
myself watch anything not in
I know,
chronological.
but because in sci-fi it used to be monster of the week type of TV where
Mm-hmm.
you have your situation and hey, you characters are in situation and then it's resolved. So we'll just go back to square one where characters are characters and there's no involving of the surrounding world.
Right.
But with Babylon 5, it was the first TV show to use CGI on such a massive scale.
Oh, okay.
A lot of sci-fi shows prior were still using models for the ships and
Mm.
kit bashing and stuff like that. Now, the downside of Babylon 5 was that it was on TNT and basically did not get enough recognition because of that.
Oh,
Because TNT was what? Ted Turner's TV network.
I can tell
Yeah, I know you probably don't know this. I have too much knowledge. Um,
Oh, I'm learning something new. It sounds like a show I should check out.
yeah, it's really hard to find streaming. Actually, let's see if we can find if it's streaming on anything.
Yeah, if it's on Prime or Netflix.
I
Well,
believe you can see it on Prime.
Prime has everything you can think of, but not all of it is Prime provided, you know.
What? Right.
You're gonna end up paying for a lot of the stuff, but it's okay.
Where to watch streaming? Let's see what it says. Yeah, you can watch Babylon 5 on Prime. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's only buy and rent. Yeah, it's not going to be on any TV show channels. But yeah, it looks like Amazon has it, iTunes has it, Vudu has it. They're all priced the exact same. But yeah, it's a really good TV show. I own it on DVD because that's the way I like to do things. Because
I
anymore,
don't know.
Yeah, if you do not own things you like on DVD lately, you probably won't be able to see them ever again. Because once they're off streaming, it could be decades before someone buys the rights to stream it again.
That
Plus,
makes sense. Yeah.
plus, if you don't own a physical copy of the things you like to watch, you're pretty much out of luck of actually being able to. Because if you have a digital copy, what's to say they don't delete the digital copy from their archives and then you'll never be able to watch it again?
Right. Yep, that's true. And that happens a lot with streaming services. Like, all right, the timer's counting down.
Let's see.
I am trying to find a show that I watched on Netflix that was one of the most amazing sci-fi shows. I'm starting to wonder if it was on Prime though. In fact, I'm almost certain it was on Prime the more I look through this. However, I did come across Altered Carbon, which is an incredible, oh God, what a mind bender of a show. Very well done, very cool. Uh, Second season went a little weird, but but like it's justifiable how weird they got. I don't know. Did you ever get a chance to check that one out?
I watched a little bit of it, but then we moved, and my door on at this place doesn't actually close all the way, so the only times I could watch it is in the middle of the night, and I fell asleep most of the time while watching it. So
Gotcha. Well, it's a show about basically what if there was a legitimately sounding way to live forever, like scientifically. Like your consciousness is downloaded into like this disc, I guess, in the back of your neck, like in your spine and stuff, and cloning is a thing, and you can hop from body to body. And they really took a really fascinating take on it, especially with like class systems and what kind of like uh body it was affordable, like if your child dies or something like that, like,
right,
and
uh,
it's so mind bending and fascinating and cool. Very cool.
yeah, I remember one of the episodes I did actually get to watch. There was a part where a family, their son had died, and they got him a new body, but the
But it was
body,
like an old,
yeah, it was like a 35-year-old person or something like
like
that.
homeless looking dude. In fact, I think it was their daughter and
Oh,
like
yeah,
some older homeless
that's
dude or
right.
something. I can't remember. But
Your insurance only covered
that's
this.
exactly, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like what a way to apply today's struggle to like this futuristic crazy world they lived in or are going to live in, I
Yeah.
should say. Oh, it's so cool, so cool. I'm gonna look on Prime though for the other show because
Okay.
it bears mentioning. Oh, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about Firefly though.
I never got into Firefly.
I mean, I loved it. I really did. I didn't obsess over it like a lot of people did, but like I appreciate its existence so much and wish that they had done more with it. Um,
I liked
just
everyone who was in the
such a
cast.
cool cowboy sci-fi space cowboy kind of thing,
Yeah,
Ragtag group.
it just did not ring. I didn't get into it really. I watched like the first two episodes and I was, it's okay.
Fair enough. I guess it's not for everybody, but that's you said you weren't trying to be controversial. Just don't say too much.
Which I can actually wrap this back to Stargate.
Really?
All right. Kaylee, she was on Stargate Atlantis.
That was the redhead chick, right?
Yeah, no. She
No.
was the engineer in Firefly.
Oh, she wasn't redheaded. I was thinking of the right person, but for some reason I pictured her as a redhead. Never mind.
But yeah, she went to Stargate Atlantis at some point. Oh yeah, she was also in Carpool. I love that movie. And then I believe you were in SG1. I'm bad with remembering things.
Same. That's why I'm digging through my
Yeah,
Amazon Prime account now, looking for this freaking show.
she was in
That,
SG1 as Adria. Um, Vala's daughter. It was in the later seasons.
oh,
Yeah, she was the big evil.
not yeah. Okay, I was gonna be like, not to give too much away. But yeah, she was very poor, misguided creature by then.
Yeah. Let's see. Anyone else? I don't remember if anyone else went to
Oh
Stargate.
my God, Carnival Row. They never did anything after that, did they?
And of course, you got Nathan Fillion. Everyone loves him. And then Alan Tudyk, which Alan Tudyk has his own TV show. I don't know if it got anywhere on Sci-Fi. What was it? It was where he played an alien. Wow, this is extremely hard to go through. Especially when you don't remember the TV show that they were on. Oh, but yeah, Alan Tudyk. And then you have Adam Baldwin, not related to Alec Baldwin or any of the other Baldwins. He was in Chuck. Uh oh. We lost you, so I've been talking to myself for the last few minutes.
Oh my gosh. I announced it. I was like, I found it, and then I was like crickets, and then I was like, I guess I don't want to interrupt you while you're.
Rambling on, just trying to get through stuff.
I did not realize that there was a technical issue. I don't know why this keeps happening to me, but here we are. I did find the show.
Okay.
I will talk about it after you're done.
Well, see. Like I said, what is it? Adam Baldwin. Not related to any of the other Baldwins.
Okay.
So yeah.
That would have been the first question on my mind had you not beat me to it. So.
Yeah. But yeah, he was on Chuck with Zachary Levi, who is now Shazam.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was surprised Shazam got a second movie, but that's a movies chat. So.
Well, I wasn't, because I expected that the way things were going, the lesser known, more comedic were always going to succeed. Because everyone's been seen the Superman, Batman billions of times. So it's like these are new characters basically.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it is more of like a goofball based kind of thing. I just thought it was really sloppily put together of a movie.
It was.
I didn't think it was gonna get much appreciation. I remember, uh, was it not Shaq? That was the original.
No.
Who was that?
There was never an actual Shazam movie. That before.
Speaking of, I thought Shaq was like some kind of mystical.
No, it was. Shaq played a genie in a movie.
Oh, wasn't there an original Shazam?
No.
Oh my God, dude! The Shaq movie was called Kazam.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
called
it is. Kazam.
Kazam.
That's right. I couldn't
Oh, my
remember the name either.
brain.
Um,
I had to Google it. I was like, Shaq movie, and the first thing that popped up was Kazam. Sorry, Shaq.
Shaq was actually uh, in a movie uh, called Steel. We're getting off a topic. Let's go back to our normal topic, which was TV
Yes.
shows, because we
Yes.
actually want to do comic book stuff later. That's a whole separate video. So let's get back onto TV shows.
Fair enough.
What was the show you found?
Okay, this show is called The Expanse.
Oh, The
And
Expanse.
oh, it's incredible. What an amazing show. I don't know if they've done much with it since the first 2 or 3 seasons.
It ran until 2022.
Ooh, I'm probably behind on this show. That's exciting.
Um,
Okay, there's 6 seasons. I'm gonna rewatch this.
okay.
I love this show, and me and my friend, the same friend Carly, who's obsessed with sci-fi stuff,
Yep.
total Trekkie, the whole 9 yards. Uh, she got me into this one. No, no, no. I found this one, and then we freaked out together when we realized we both liked it. So, another like really cool, um, visually very captivating, and then like the political side of it wasn't too unbearable, and then like it's so easy to get invested in the paths of all the characters, and
Right.
just overall, I think an outstanding show.
What was it?
Supposedly rated 8.5 on IMDb, which,
Yeah, I have
take
the
all ratings with a grain of salt. All ratings,
exactly.
make your own determination, but that's not bad for IMDb.
Um, brain just stopped.
I thought I cut out again.
No, it was me.
So you're like, and then it like went quiet. I was like, oh no, not again.
No, it
But yeah,
was
The Expanse. Oh,
the creators of The Expanse want to do another show. I just don't remember what it is.
whatever it is, I support it.
That I was like, yeah, that would probably be a good thing.
Pulling up their IMDb just so I can get some flashbacks of memories from when I watched, excuse me, the first few. Oh, yeah, that lady. Uh, so there's like a political lady that like she cracks me up all the time because she was like kind of a badass and like didn't really give a shit. And I miss her. I miss this show.
Let's see.
Oh, I have another show in mind.
Okay.
I'll wait until you complete your thought process.
No, I don't think I'm going to. Because
Oh,
I don't think I'm going to actually find what I'm trying to figure out.
well, feel free to keep looking, but I did want to mention the Orville
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's it's so funny. It has
It's not
all
where I
the
want to
cool
do that.
sci-fi space aspects and visuals, but like when the creator of Family Guy does sci-fi, he did an amazing job in my opinion. I thought it was amazing. Definitely pushed the envelope on a lot of things, but what do you expect from Seth
Seth
MacFarlane?
MacFarlane, yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed every second of the Orville.
So many people liked the Orville over new Star Trek because it felt more Star Trek than what Star Trek was putting out.
It did have heavy Star Trek themes, and I'm surprised it didn't catch more flack for that. But instead, apparently, like they did it more honor, and not only in like doing many odes to the show or being an ode to the show and movies, but like also not calling it the show, the name of Star Trek, you know.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, if you're gonna call something after what it, what its premise is, it better do it justice. It's very tricky to do, especially this day and age with all these remakes going on. So,
Right. And oh God, I want the remakes to stop. Someone become creative and make good characters.
well,
Well,
particularly in mind, I had Disney movies on my mind when I
well,
said
yes,
that.
that's another problem. Disney is just churning out, "Hey, let's just
It,
live action all of our animated stuff."
well, Beauty and the Beast gave it so much promise. Like,
Right.
they did amazing with that one, and then after that, it was just fail after fail after fail, and I don't think, you know, the man, they had all the time and resources to do it right.
Actually, at the
They
time they
did do
didn't.
it right once.
They
Well,
actually were having a lot of issues at the time. They're still having a lot of issues. I could talk about Disney forever, but a
uh,
lot of Disney's issues when it pertains to going to live action was that they changed too much
mm, yeah,
when it
yeah.
came to the live action. So Beauty and the Beast, they basically followed through with, you know, adapting it with a little bit of changes and stuff
They
and made
like
it good.
kept it the same and added some, like, less is more in these
Right,
types of situations. They made it so visually um just appealing. I was trying not to use a generic phrase
right.
but it was visually so beautiful, and they added just touches of personality and everything they did in that, but not too much to where, like you said, it became something totally different. um there are a lot of controversies about the latest Little Mermaid trailer.
Oh, well, my only problem with the Little Mermaid trailer, and which a lot of people found problems with it, let's pull it up. All right, let's skip. Yada, 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 yada. Other than sounds, I gotta turn that down. That's way too loud. It does not feel like they're in the water, in the ocean, really.
Oh, okay.
This is what bugged a lot of people, especially in this scene. There's no bubbles. Even
Yeah.
there should be bubbles.
At
Fish,
least like a few bursts here and
yeah,
there.
fish in general will fart and there will be bubbles. Why don't we at least have fart bubbles? It, a lot of it felt like the underwater things in this were not there. And as for Haley, I think she's great. They could have done a brighter red for her hair, and it still would
Yeah,
have
that was
worked.
so disappointing. That's so iconic.
Because
So
look at this.
iconic.
Okay, there.
Like, if you're gonna change the race, at least keep the hair.
The problem with this here is that instead of being bright red like it should be, it's mud.
Brown, yeah.
It's a mud red. It
Yeah, it
would have
really
been so
is.
much better with a brighter red. Because, yeah, and well, the real controversy is that one of the people from one of the conservative talk host people, we're already at 40 minutes. We're going to have to end this after this
Oh
after
gosh,
this.
okay, okay.
Said that biologically she should be translucent.
Right. I actually watched a documentary about like this guy that studied mermaids, like real mermaids, and the
Yeah,
lore
the
behind that is fascinating. But like it makes you realize like in the dark, deep depths of the ocean, you're not gonna find many dark-skinned people. I'm sorry, it's just
exactly.
not like
In fact, most of the animals in the depths of the sea
are very
don't have any. They don't have any skin.
right, no pigment.
They have absolutely no pigment, and they
That's why they're
glow.
all bioluminescent.
Exactly. It's like it's it was a joke, and people took it the wrong way.
Right. Of course, it's a fantasy movie if you think about it. Like, it's not gonna be realistic, but like, it is based off of a beloved original that was tried and true for decades, and they changed too much, in my opinion. They just did. I was reading comments from people in the Black community who were like, there is lore and stories and folktales of black mermaids.
Right.
Like, why not do an original movie about that
Okay.
and build up black, culture like in that way instead of,
And
flip flopping.
one of the prominent clips that I've seen when this was coming out was a little girl who was so excited to see they're making a live action Little Mermaid. It was a black little girl. She was like watching it, and
Mm-hmm.
she saw it, and Ariel came on, and she's like, "That's
That's
not
not Ariel.
Ariel. Ariel's white. What the heck?
I was,
This was a black
oh
little
my
girl. It was
god,
hilarious."
that's so funny.
All right, but
Oh.
we are going to have to wrap it up here because we've gone 11 minutes over.
Well, we did a 20-minute episode last week,
True.
so
Actually,
listeners can suck it up this week.
we were a lot shorter on one. I think it was only 18 minutes.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was really short.
I think it was Raft, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it was Raft. But it is time for us to say
Anywho.
goodbye. So, thank you all for watching. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube, Rumble. I still need to figure out how to get it on Spotify, just the audio format. Um, so, and what would you like to say to our viewers?
What's
Or
your
listeners?
favorite sci-fi show? I want to know what they all are. I'm getting more and more into it. I'm actually getting more and more into sci-fi games. So, I want to know what's out there. Let me know what your favorite show is and what you think about the shows we talked about. And look forward to seeing you guys next time,
All
more or
right.
less. You know what I mean.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.